you know, especially when you are making specific affirmations, specific
Right, right, right.
things.
Okay.
That's always helpful and
Mm-hmm.
always makes that happens. You know, now based on what she needs to switch, she can switch it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Okay.
again, one more thing that I really like to know is whether or
Mm-hmm.
not is
Mm-hmm.
she really afraid with her sister, right?
The
That's the other
co-sister. Yeah.
information, or co-sister per se.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's the other thing that is the best timing. That's the relation time that we launching or going or whatnot. So now
Mm-hmm.
the question that we're leaning into it is that co-sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does she really want to get away from the co-sister, or does she just still
No, there
wanted
is no
to?
way she can get away from her. There is no way she can get away
Uh,
from her. So,
okay, where are we at right now? Are we in a law of magic or logic?
uh,
The question you
magic.
said, right? You said that is a no way, and I'm saying that there is a way.
Yeah. Okay.
You see the difference?
Yes.
Because we are strong believer of law of attraction. If you believe in the law of attraction, the thing can happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to
Yes.
worry about the no way thing.
Got it. Got
Um,
it.
I can make that happen for sure.
Okay.
Okay,
I mean, she would be happy if that happens, that she doesn't
but
have to deal with her. Uh,
correct. So
mm-hmm.
she can. So how can we make this better for her?
Mm-hmm.
And this
Mm-hmm.
is very important. In fact, if I would have had to speak to her and know what exactly she's looking for, maybe I can guide it much more
Much more
better
better.
than
Yes.
what I
Yes.
can do it right now. However,
Mm-hmm.
just giving out a little bit of brief of what you have said, and based on that, if I have to work that out, right,
Mm-hmm.
I would have said it. I would strongly suggest to say, my sister has
Mm-hmm.
been really nice towards me
Oh.
and my family, or my co-sister, or you can, or she can use the name, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So um, out of these three, whatever she prefer, but
Okay.
the affirmation should be is she's been really nice to me and my family,
Mm-hmm.
and she's actually start wishing well for us.
Oh. Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. It looks like it is going to be possible.
Right. And she's wishing well for us.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that,
Mm-hmm.
the bad wish she was mentioning earlier,
Mm-hmm.
all turn around it, and it went in a positive side. As a
Okay.
result of it today, my family received nothing but the positive results out of her bad wish.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, even
Yes. Yes.
whatever she wish, I care less. But I'm making that affirmation and making her calm her down and making that new results out of it. Now, one other thing I'd really like to see it, or I'd really like
Mm-hmm.
to make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, two things actually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Number one is when we know that she was bad for that person or whatever, right? Or
Yeah.
bad for the
Mm-hmm.
family. But
Mm-hmm.
she can start doing hope no no for. This
Okay.
is very important for you,
Mm-hmm.
right? To explain to her. Again, I don't have no problem to pick up the phone and be in a conference for 5 minutes and explain to her, long as her wish comes true, her son comes better. I'm
Yeah.
fine with that. So,
Okay.
but time being, if you have to tell her, and if you have to make this happen, you can do
Mm-hmm.
it two things. Number one is you can tell her to do Ho'oponopono easy way. That, hey, look, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. That's a
Mm-hmm.
simple way that we've been doing. However, what she needs to add, it again, it's not necessarily, it could be the both sides, right? In a relation, the we always think that we are right, and that's the
Mm-hmm.
biggest problem in relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So that's her perception. That so both sides have their own perception, right? They all
Right, right.
looking at their own way. They're both right. So
Mm-hmm.
now what I'm doing in here is I'm not judging anybody. And
Right.
that's number one thing that we're gonna discuss today about the relationship. And I'm gonna use some of the examples from you guys where I can define it a little bit differently. But
Mm-hmm.
for the topic that we are working on, the I'm not judging neither your friend or her co-sister. Only thing strongly I'm saying it is I don't believe in breaking the relationship. So
Right.
therefore, the relationship should be a lifetime. Yes, we
Mm-hmm.
have a problem to jealousy and all this. Our emotion just creates the more thinking, and our emotion just creates the more fights. But again, the point in here is she simply can say it. I'm sorry, sister. Again, tell her to use her name. I'm just using
Mm-hmm.
the name because I don't know their name, whatever. So
Right.
I'm sorry, sister, for the situation that has created between you and I.
Mm.
Please forgive me for the misunderstanding that has been going on between you and I. I had always loved you. Not sure what happens in here, but I'm always will love you.
Okay.
And thank you so much for always being there for me and give me un the what I want to use, the uncountable love or
Unconditional.
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 Yes, there you go. Thank you. It just had a little bit of brand, you know what I mean? So thank you. So unconditional love, and see how dramatic changes that they have between them.
Okay.
But I would use the second one. I'm gonna lie to you.
This one.
I
The
prefer the second one, the conversation
second
one,
one. Okay.
because if she wants to create the result quicker and faster, I
Mm-hmm.
strongly suggest the second one, not the first
Second
one.
one. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. One with the little conversation in that one.
Conversation,
Okay.
right? Because that involves a little more to it. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So again, if she needs it, I don't have no problem to join you guys and take care of it. Two is I definitely think this is will help you out, um, to resolve her issue. And I guarantee
Yes,
you,
I think
within 20 days, you are telling me the result.
okay. Yes, yes, I will definitely tell you the result. And that's what I told her that her son, I mean, if he's willing to talk to you, then
Mhm.
I'm gonna ask him to talk to you because right now he's
That's
in 12th grade. So I'm gonna check with him. I haven't talked to him yet, but
Mhm.
if he's willing to, I will definitely get him on the conference call with you, and I will
Sure.
ask him to talk to you. Yeah. So with this relationship, I have one more question, not with this person, but some other relationship where we
Okay,
want
what I'm
to
gonna
as
do is I'm gonna
Mhm.
stop this recording and restart it so that way we have the better recording too.
Better recording.
Because
Okay.
if somebody needs it in the future, I can always
Yeah.
provide them a better record, right?
Okay.
So on this computer. Okay, sure, go ahead.
Yeah. So my question is, as a third person, we
Mhm.
want, like in our family, we want two other people to have a really good relationship.
Mhm.
How we can improve that? Like it, I mean, it has nothing to do with you, but in your family, that there are
Mhm.
two people who you want to get along with each other very nicely, very happy relationship. How can we do that for them?
Okay. So, number one, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
So, you as a
Mm-hmm.
person, right,
As a person.
and a
So I'm
family
as a third
member,
person. Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You getting along with both people.
Yes,
Let's
yes.
just
I'm not
say
involved in that. Yeah. I get along
brother
with.
brother-in-law of yours and
Mm-hmm.
sister-in-law yours. Let's just use an
Right.
example as like that. What
Yeah.
you trying to do is, which is your husband's brother and your
Mm.
husband's sister, they're not getting along, and you trying to be in the middle of it and trying to make them get
Yes.
along. Now,
Yes. Yes.
it's a two thing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
rule of thumb that I always tell people,
Mm-hmm.
which is good thing that what you're doing. I believe,
Mm-hmm.
my beliefs, and this is the truth. This universe created a lot of good things in the family.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the relation is like a rope.
Relation is like
Rope.
rope.
You
Okay.
cannot break the rope,
Mm-hmm.
but you can break the string.
Oh, okay. It has multiple strings in it. Yeah, rope
Correct.
is made out of.
Made out of a multiple relationships, which in your bad timing, they are supporting you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you cannot break the rope. However, you can break the string.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, if you really looked at it in the Gita, it's
Mm-hmm.
loud and clear. The slok says,
Mm-hmm.
if two people doesn't get along and you stay in the middle of it and make that relationship better, that's
Mm-hmm.
actually good karma.
Okay.
So when you are helping somebody to make this happen, that's
Mm-hmm.
always be a good.
Okay.
It's always the helpful for your karma as well.
Mm-hmm.
So the rule of thumb is, when you speak into them, you never tell what bad word one person had said it for other and what the other person had said it to. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
you switch the mirch masala, you switch
Oh,
to the sweet
okay.
and presented that sweet.
That's that's very doable and uh
You know.
yeah, yeah, that's a very good thing
So
to do. Hmm.
when you serve that plate, the plate full of a sweet,
Hmm.
first thing you do is
Hmm.
you call one person
Hmm.
and let them take it out all the anger. You
Hmm.
never make them go very first time. You never take them in front of each other.
Okay.
Why?
Hmm.
Because both ego is so high. When you do that at that time, you're gonna create the more fight. So you be a middleman, let them cross each other out,
Hmm.
and you hear it, and you open this ear and go, keep them going, right?
Hmm.
But when you delivering to the second person, full of
Hmm.
sweet, let her, because you delivered that full of sweet, what's gonna happen is that person at first definitely gonna start screaming and hollering, I wasn't doing it, she started it or he started it, whatever. Again, you listen, blah, blah, blah. Take all the bad word out straight out from the other
Hmm.
side. Because the first person, you had a phone in your right ear, so you were taking everything out of your left. Second person, you put it on your left, take it out everything from the right. Now, both sides deliver them the sweet. The result and outcome would be is, when they sit down in front of each other, the calm can be, because they took it out, that ego, they took it out, that anger.
Hmm.
Any fight, I don't care what fight it is. even with husband and wife, even families, friends, even for yourself. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to keep the relationship, you just go to front of the other person with the one stick of a mind, saying,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter what happens today, I'm gonna stay quiet and let the other person take all the angers out. Again, the key point is if you believe in staying in relations,
Okay.
nobody meets in this world for without the reason. We all have a purpose to finish and help from this universe. There is a no way even you're gonna create the thoughts in your life
Mm.
to make those two people together.
Mm.
You're never gonna have thoughts of making those together until and unless universe give you that thoughts. And 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 uh, and uh, and the when the life is, or I should have said, when that two persons needs to be connect together,
Mm.
that's when your thoughts comes in your mind. So again, remember I always say the you have a ground, big ground right there, and what you are growing, what you are putting in the ground or soil,
Seeds. Seeds.
right? You are the seed, right? And you put in the seeds in the soil to make those two people together.
Mm.
Not only that, when you are doing this, the simple way to work this out is you are the bad person at the time, meaning you are the bad person as a listener.
Okay.
Makes sense? And
Yes.
and
Yes.
and you just listen it out with whatever they have to do. Now, think sometime that any given day when you sit down and uh, talking, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
even
Mm-hmm.
for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
while you angry, how much bad stuff you said it to,
Yeah. Yes.
right?
Yes.
So when that's happening, we're not gonna help it out. Uh, uh, so when you're saying it, right, in anger, you're gonna start saying the wrong stuff too, right?
Yes.
Because you
Yes.
are in the anger, because you are in the state of a mind. Oh, I'm right.
Yes.
That's actually most of a cause of the problem in any relationship or the fight,
Mm.
I should have said. How many times you had a fight with somebody and sit down later on and trying to define yourself? This person said it. This person, this said it. Well, wait. No, I have said it. No, 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 no. We have this. Oh, no, 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 no. This thing, Malini said it. I'm gonna in a return gonna tell her. She can't tell me this. Because of that, you build it up and that creation happens. Second rule should be for own self.
Mm.
Instead of me building up a lot of things in life, I should have go to Nita and says, look, here's I have one thing I need to discuss with you,
Mm.
and be like, she's gonna say, what is it? Or what's going on? Or what we need to discuss or whatever. So the first thing you would say is, hey, you have this. Before your mind took it as anger,
Mm.
that I am right. What start happening in a normal people life is they just sit there and constantly saying, we got this, we got that. Raj said to this, Raj. Even Raj, when we are together and loving, Raj said it same thing at that time. But when we had a little bit disagreement or the fight, and when
Mm.
Raj explaining the same thing now, that start hurting. Why? It start hurting because you had so much build up in you. The small stuff fired up and it start building, it start building, even though Raj was right. Have you seen it? Like I always tell the people, when you guys had it together and when you guys had a good time,
Mhm.
you guys never bother. If somebody slaps each other, you guys never bother, right? But minute the disagreements start happening, oh, this person is this, suddenly, wait, where that person overnight, that person went bad or think about it. Tonight, if you sit down it, what I'm saying it and go step by step, many places with your friends, family, or even when you go to party. That's a third rule. When you're in a party and somebody talks something bad about somebody, my rule
Mhm.
should be is, thank you, sir, but I don't need to know, except if you have something good to talk about somebody. And they always ask me what that's supposed to mean. I'm not here to hear somebody's bad mouth. I am here to hear what somebody did good.
Mm.
I don't have no time for those gossipy. I don't have no time for that. But suddenly I have a time to listen to somebody what they did good. Why? Because I can use that in my life so I can improve my life.
Mm.
I don't need to know what's going on in somebody else's life. So that's my third rule, is that I never care about it's something bad happening, and if they come and ask me for the help, I would help it. But I never like to go and try to badmouth or don't want to even hear it. While I'm in a party, I would have said, thank you, have a nice day. I don't need all this. But the rules should be so much strict, and for us, it's supposed to apply on us first. I cannot make you do anything, correct? It's
Mhm.
impossible because your emotions are different, your thinking is different, and so I cannot make you do. Who is the
Yeah.
number one person to
Mm.
apply those rules to, right? You started out, and because of before, if your emotion changing by that person, sign of it that your brand did not like something, or it's something in your mind that recognizing as a bad from that person.
Mm.
Take that emotion to that person and say, look, I don't know whether I'm right or wrong. I don't want to know whether I'm right or wrong. However, before it gets bad in our relations, I have to tell you or ask you this, please guide me. Now, what happened? Because you're so polite and said it this way,
Mhm.
9 out of 10 chances the result of love.
Mm.
But same wording. Hey, look, I mean, you know what? Why are you saying this or doing this? For other person, because the way you acted, that person triggers it. We all have emotions, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
We all have the heart. Now, how you taking and that person taking it two different things. You
Mm.
already done taking it wrong, but they never mean it that way. They were just thinking it, okay, me and she got the good relationship, so I can do that. Most of the cause is we don't want to go out and tell the people what we feel our emotions trigger into. Number one, they never said it. they just keep putting it in, putting it in, putting it in. And one day, instead of going talk, they go as a blow up, like a bomb. How many times you two have done it so far? Be honest. How many times that has happened with you?
Lot of times.
Right?
Yeah.
Between husband and wife too, isn't it?
Yes.
For the children too, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
But same thing, if you would have had took it too with the children and said the same thing, your tone, it matter.
Matters,
I call, you raise one biggest enemy in your life. Who's that enemy that you raise in your life? It's in you. I tell you that. But that is the one thing that you guys raise in it every day. In fact, without that enemy, not many things could be done. It gives you a good and it gives you a bad. What is that?
Is that ourselves?
But that's the biggest enemy for you.
Is that myself? Like
not respecting ourselves.
No, not a self. One other thing in your body part, I should have said. How's that? One of the body
part
that you are raising can give you good, and without that, you would have such a hard time for many things.
Brain?
Mind.
Mind, no.
Eating habits.
I'm sorry?
Eating habits.
You are close now. How's that sound?
Oh, you're close.
Yeah,
You are
because
close.
that is what it
Very
is. I
good.
mean, stomach and
Very good, but you are close. Right? I mean, really, if you think it a little bit, you're right on that, actually.
Eating habits? Like a mouth? I don't know. Organ,
You are
body
very
part.
close.
tongue.
Yes.
Tongue.
You got it.
Tongue. If it is sharp, then we lose all relationships. If we are nice, we maintain all the relationships.
There we go. It doesn't have a bond. Tongue does not have a bond, but the way you speak doesn't matter.
It can
how
make
that
or break relationships. Yeah.
Doesn't matter how good relationship you have. If you don't control that, you can break it. And doesn't matter how bad relationship you have,
you can make it.
You can talk sweet and get back the relationship. हमारे हिंदी में बोलते हैं, हम खुद ही हमारा शत्रु पाल के रखते हैं.
Oh, that makes huge sense. शत्रु पाल के रखते हैं. Like खाद पानी हम ही देते हैं.
Without that, you don't, just like the way you taste. This is why the Gita says why you shouldn't eat meat. This is called tamasic bhojan.
Also because onion, garlic.
Tamasic, yes, true. Because you use a tamasic bhojan, your tongue become like that. Because your tongue become like that, in a response of which you did what? I mean, this is a very good thing to understanding. Again, I'm delivering this lesson. Why? Why am I delivering this lesson? In a life, remember this. Nobody delivers nothing without universe want to. And somewhere along the line, my speech, maybe not just right now, maybe past, maybe future. Not only that, because of this class, somebody may see the video and says, wait, we have a problem here. I need to get his perception. My perception is nobody wrong in this world, except one thing. What is that? What is it? I don't believe it's anybody's wrong. I just don't believe on it, sorry. I don't believe personally.
Our own thoughts and perception.
I'm sorry?
Except our own thoughts and perceptions and how we see. We are responsible.
That's one, two. Well, but that's a major role. One of them has a major role. Yeah, you're right. I mean, answer is correct. But that's one major role when I said nobody wrong in this world. I don't believe anybody's wrong in this world. Who? Plays a big role in a life though. Timing. Time is the bad. Doesn't matter how good you want to be, how good person you are, but when your time is not correct, everybody gonna make you wrong. Guaranteed. I don't care. Write it somewhere, and this will happen. If your time is not correct, everything's gonna get bad. Without time, nobody else is wrong, nobody else is correct.
So time is associated. Okay, so time is associated with luck then? Is that, are you gonna say, like when we say time, like time could be good or bad, but isn't that then coincidence and luck will come in picture?
You can use that, but I don't really like to say it that way. Yes, you can say time and whatever, but who creates the luck? Show me one person. Show me one person today's date who is a millionaire, who did not have a struggle in their life, and because of a struggle, they did what they are today.
I mean, so far the people I know, like very top people, like who have become millionaire or so, they already had struggles. They always, Bill Gates, probably I would say he was already from a rich family, so he became rich.
Wrong. If you actually read his if you really read his bio, he was struggling while he was young.
Oh, definitely struggle might be there. Okay.
Now, what we forget the fact in our life. What is the biggest fact we're forgetting? Something bad has to happen to change your life.
Oh, okay.
Look at it, everybody's a bio from top to the bottom. They all have one thing.
Yeah, they went in bad phase. Like they went really downhill. Yeah.
That is the turning point.
Yes.
Universe always have one thing for you. Like if you ever notice it for me, you always hear me say, I don't believe in a negative. I don't believe on a bad. I don't say anybody's a bad. I never have that thoughts in my beliefs. Always say nobody bad in this world,
Yes. Yeah. You have
except the
always said that.
situation and the time.
Mm.
If right now, if you have a good time going, you're gonna have many people around you.
Mm.
But the minute you have a little tougher time, you're not gonna have more people around you.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
life, it's so turning point in a relationship. So the thing that I always say to the people is, why help the person who already have something good going? Why can we help somebody that who has a downside going?
But
You
isn't
see
that
what I'm
what we
saying?
do? We
Uh,
always help
uh,
someone who is going downhill or who has trouble in life, right?
correct, but how often? How many people do that? How often and how many people do that?
Mm,
How
I
many times you've seen it in a party that people grabbing a glass of wine and start bad mouthing, oh, this is what happening in her life, or this is what happening in his life, or whatever,
mm,
right?
mm-hmm,
But anybody goes there and says, guess what? If this person going on that much, I'm
mm.
gonna go and ask how may I help?
Yeah, usually that doesn't happen.
And so answer is again,
Hmm.
what is the
Okay.
answer? I just what I have explained to you from beginning to now,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes. Yes.
I am standing at this moment in time is right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the question mark and the situations that happen. Okay. By the way, where today's topic come from? I wanted it to use the relationship and whatnot. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The today's topic actually most of it came from Miss Malini. Why I wanted it to talk about relationship. I know you made a comment while you was in India, something about the family thing, whatnot, but this topic actually I was thinking about it all along. I would have said, I guess 20 days, maybe 25 days
Mm-hmm.
that I've been thinking about this topic.
Mm-hmm.
The people, as always, when your timing is not right, people always gonna make you bad person, no matter what, how good you're trying to do for them, or no matter how good you have done for them. I care less. The minute you have alternation with that person, you are the bad person. Doesn't matter how good time you had it with that person. In fact, you eat it in the same plate.
Yeah, it
You
does
may
happen.
have eat it on the same plate, but you
Mm.
are the bad person. Why?
Because if one, even though, let's say, if we are talking about the friends, like who eat in
Mhm.
the same plate and all, if everything is going on good, it's good. But if one negative thing happens, you start focusing on all negative things then. Or maybe whatever happens, you start looking for negative things.
Actually, the calculation
Mm-hmm.
As a neural language, okay,
Hmm.
our brain deletes the 100 good things you have done, but just the one wrong thing that you have done, our brain start acknowledging that bad
Hmm.
for the other person. That actually impacts us too. I'm not saying it everything. Once again, what I say the rule of the thumb is I'm gonna blame on me, not the other person. I was
Hmm.
wrong. Right? That was the first rules that I was talking about. That if you have the rules of saying that I am wrong, not the other person, then suddenly you start thinking about it, the other person is wrong. Suddenly you start thinking about the blaming game, I call. The most of the problem comes in a relationship because of a blaming game. I like to be right. Everybody else the wrong. Called a blaming game. The accept of I am wrong. Shy of I am wrong. Ego of I am wrong. But if we have the rules of that, hey, look, nobody's wrong in this world except the time and situation. So then why I'll be shy to admit it that I'm wrong? Why can I just admit it that I am wrong to stop the fight? Isn't it the truth that if we just go ahead and say I'm wrong, the fight would stop? How many times that you have somebody said it not to do that and you have done it because to satisfy your ego? How many times as soon as you and Raj had a fight, how many times you went to other person, Miss Malini, and start talking about it, or swipe the ego and says, hey, look, you know what? Raj doing this and that, blah, 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 blah. And then Raj called both of them and be like, da, 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 da. But why can you just go to directly to her and says, look, this is the problem. How can we resolve this? Everything has a solution. Solution always born before your problem started. But it's just my perception or my see when something happens wrong in life, we always want to be get it done now. You want to fix it right in there, and we start working on the problems. Not going to work out. Not going to happen. If you would start working on a problem, nothing will happen. What I'm talking about in a relation, what I'm saying in the relation right now, I'm building up your frequency by saying that you are wrong. I'm building up that is nothing wrong with that to say I'm wrong. Nothing wrong to, instead of blaming somebody, and nothing wrong with that, that blame your own self. That being said, is raising your frequency. Once your frequency gets raised, the answer is you are in the top of the world with that frequency. You keep that relationship, and or I should say, you choose the relationship versus I am right. You create the rope by going down. You create the rope, unbreakable rope. Your family, you put it together. You should be thinking number one thing, doesn't matter in-laws wise or anybody. But the next topic should be on in-laws, but I take it on in-law. Why I want to take that on in-laws is very, very good understanding at that time too. But I am the right is the wrong perception. So how many rules that so far that you guys have got it? अपनी जिबा को वश में रखो, हमारी जिबा ही हमारी शत्रु है. So again, that's 1, 2. Stop blaming on people. Or there's nothing wrong to say I'm wrong. The minute you have the ego, we should start having the problem. We can hear you. We can hear you. Yeah. Nope. I think we lost you.
No.
Oh, you're on mute too. I think you was mute, so that's why I was like, are you
Now
using
can you
a
hear
phone?
me?
Oh yeah, there we go.
But I can't hear you.
Oh no, you can hear me?
Just
Very harsh reality, what you said.
Huh?
Very true what you said today.
Life full of a challenge, actually. You know, we all full of a challenge. It depends how we take in those. It's up to us, right? How to take it.
Very true.
If Raj speaks in here, how? You know, best guru is, who is the best guru in your life?
Our problems are the best guru.
I'm sorry, our problem.
Our problems are the best teachers.
See, I would say problem. I don't like to call the problems.
Yeah.
I like to call our teacher. I really hate to. I believe the problem, word problem, I believe is the negative words. I like to
Yeah,
say,
I think it's the life's lessons that we learn is the best teacher.
so that's the best guru in life.
Very true.
So I have one.
But again, if we learn it and rectify it, if we don't learn it, then it's only a thing only, you know.
That's the key point.
Yeah.
Like right now, both of you can say is that, okay, Raj did speak light and truth. In the short timing, he had speak light and the truth. However, if we don't implement that, he give you some rules and regulations in here, right? If those rules and regulations never got applied in your life, it's worthless.
Yeah, it will remain where we are.
Right. And then that is why I'm making this affirmation accountability. That's the big reason I'm making the accountability, or I'm taking accountability on you too, is because I want to see. I have seen it on myself, right? That will be just to let you know. I told my guru, I send a message to my guru today that's saying that I like to be in YouTube live with you. When can I do that? But when the guru was talking to me, telling me, I took every word over and implemented on myself. every cell of my body starts screaming and hollering. It starts screaming and hollering about what I want it to be. And this is what I want it to be. I always had a knowledge, don't get me wrong. It's just a matter of time that how to implement it, I've learned it from my guru. But when I learn it, I applied it. You know, our best guru is our time. We always take the two wrong way in a relationship. Now, let's just take a perfect example of a Mahabharata, right? Suddenly, how many times everybody told Duryodhan, like, hey, look, you did the wrong, you're doing it wrong, stop it, 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 stop it. How many times, right? End of the day, Gandhari goes to the Krishna and says, you are wrong. You are the creator of this, so therefore I'm going to give you straw. But wait, was it the right thing at that time? Your son was continuously doing the bad. Many people had stopped him and trying to make him recognize him, but continuously going. But suddenly she felt, or I should say, she still felt Krishna was the wrong. You see what I'm saying right now? You understand what I'm saying? She don't want to sit back and think for a second. No, my son was wrong. She never want to blame on her son. See how I'm proving my point right now? Gandhari never made that. Not only that, Dhritarashtra, right? At towards the end, he calls the Bhim, and remember Krishna sends the statue, and he crosses it out because just like Bhim has 100 elephant energy, similar situation with the Dhritarashtra. In his arm, he had 100 elephants energy or power, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
But even towards the end, how many times Krishna and everybody stopped him? In fact, before the Yuddha happened, Vishnu come and told him, like, you need to stop this. You can have this, right? You're gonna lose all of your 100 sons. But he decided for ego satisfaction, he decided what? Let that thing happen. Once that happened and 100 sons got killed, now he's mad, he's angry, and use that statue and break the statue, cement statue or whatever you want to call it. But again, you see how our brain is working? The point is, even though knowing how many times people stop them, still they continue to let that happen. The result of their losses, because of their losses, then now they're mad on somebody else. How would that be possible? How? We never want to see it that way. How much struggle Krishna had done all over his life. We always want to see the good stuff. The message is actually a reality message in any thing that has happened. The message got to give it out, whether you 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, 25, 30, 50, 60. The time you born and time you live this universe, you're going to have such a tough time in your life. And you have to pass that time. The universe never give you more than you can handle it.
Mm.
So again, this is how all this impacts in a relationship is your ego. It's you, nobody else. It's your perception, the way you looked at it. It's you that how egoistically you want it to be. Everything can be said by simple way. What's happened normally, typically what's happened, because I want to say something to her that I feel like, no, she's gonna do the bad mouth thing. Miss Nita gonna say this to me, or she's gonna talk somebody else about me and whatnot. That's my perception. I don't know she will. I'm just thinking that she will, right? Instead of me going directly to her and say something, I'm gonna start avoiding.
Mm.
When I start avoiding, I create the distance between them. Now, I have to say that regardless, no matter what, there's no way around it. But because of the time that I stretched it, I threw the seed in your brain of anger.
Mm.
But if I didn't have done that and come out to you straight up and said, look, you may feel bad right now, but this is the truth. Take it or leave it. You may don't like me, but think for a second, this is could be done wrong way. But I'm just coming to you right now and telling you the true factor. The result would be a great out of there than stretching. But we never do that. How
Yeah.
many times, be honest, that you guys have done
Yeah, we would go to third person and talk about it, but we wouldn't go directly to the person because of the ego. Yes, it has happened.
it? So why? Why did you do that?
Ego.
Are you guilty or not right now? I just open your eyes. Are you guilty? How many times you have done that?
Countless times.
Right? So what should you promise from today onward?
If there is anything, I will directly go to that person and talk about it.
Because not everybody like Raj. What Raj says. Only thing I'm gonna deliver is the sweet.
Mm.
Wish that the heavy meat was there. Raj gonna eat it and have acid reflux out of it. Acid reflux and take it out. But strongly suggest to deliver the good.
Mm.
If you want to make two-person together, answer your question.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make two-person together, you would have never tell each other's bad. Because when the minute you're gonna call, they're gonna start bad mouthing each other. You listen, but deliver only the sweet. Look, I mean, I'm sorry to approve you wrong, but when I called this person only was saying that I don't know, we was loving each other and we having a good timing with each other. Some kind of bad nudge laga, you know, and now we're not talking with each other. Go back to the same other person. I tell you what, I speak to her or him, whatever, and that's what he has to say. So somewhere misunderstanding created. How about this? Would you mind coming to the dinner at my house? Call that person. Would you mind coming dinner at my house? And sit down together. And guess what? Because what you have delivered the wrong, instead of most of the people have a habit of putting a little bit extra mirchi in them of a conversation and deliver. So the person already have an acid reflux and thrown more in there, that would be more creative. But instead of where I like to deliver, I guarantee you when they come to your house, You be thinking to yourself like, Jesus, Lord of mercy, really? All this drama that they were talking in the phone, and now they act like the best buddy ever. I lay money on it.
Hmm.
But why that happened? Because you played a big role on it. You took all the heat from each other.
Hmm.
Any given day, if you like to make two-person become together, you
Hmm.
let both people take the heat out. Or you be a referee in the middle of it,
Hmm.
right? Uh, I have done it 3 times so far. That's no jokes.
Wow.
I sit there in the middle of it, call both people, right? And the way they started with the heated argument, I would give them a 2 stick. Here, let's fight it. And I stay in the middle of it. And they just looked at me like, what? What do you mean? Okay, so the number one rule is either you fight the way I give it to you, or two, you're gonna sit down and start talking one by one.
Hmm.
I let both of you take out the anger, but it has to be one by one. In no way you're gonna stab this person while this person talking. In no way you're gonna say something while this person talking. Or only option you guys have is the stick that I give it to you. Start beating up each other and resolve it. If you cannot resolve it that way, listen to me and let me do my job.
Hmm.
And the minute they both take anger out, guarantee they will turn around and have a relationship. It just, like I said, what has transpired, and in a lot of the time, and most of the cases, is nothing into it. 9 out of 10 chances he said, she said. 9 out of 10 chances is because Miss Nita didn't serve me the ice cream, but she served it to Miss Mali. But at that time, Nita was saying that, you know what, if I don't serve to the right, it's okay because it's a little bit close to me. And Miss Malini comes first time in my house and I don't have enough ice cream. So I can handle it right in a minute, but let me have a guest taking care of it. But in the other hand, Nita never went to tell Raj, hey Raj, this is what happening. I'm sorry, but you was close to me. And I thought it was okay not to serve you the ice cream.
Hmm.
That creation of fights began with. If you really sit down with any fight and think about it, you will find it just a small seed that has created big bomb.
Yeah, that's true.
That get created by going in parties, looking at the Ekta Kapoor serials. That actually teach many a bad thing. Ekta Kapoor never let anybody sit down together. Teaches bad. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed it?
Yeah.
If the two brother lives together, they that never been fighting with that because of a wife come. They makes a wrong perception of it, making the fight. People watching this, visualizing law of attraction. What are we doing? Visualizing, watching it. What do we see? That's what we do. Now we start thinking about it. My brother is this. This is what I'm gonna do. This person is this. That's what I'm gonna do. End of the day, You know what's the rule of thumb in my house?
Mm.
No cereal. You
That's
can watch any comedy stuff, you can
uh-huh.
watch anything else, but no cereals. And then suddenly, what you call stepson's the born somewhere, and the stepdaughter born somewhere, and keep looking at it, how to create the fights and whatnot. By looking at all this, our brain observes it and creates all this.
Mm.
This is a true factor. Have you ever looked at it in a Sasubahu? There'll never be a fight except this, because they both want to be right.
Mm.
She wants to, both want to show the powers. But imagine when your parents could be good, why can it be his parent to be good?
Mhm.
Right? So again, end of the day story would be two things. My ego, and I believe I'm right.
Yeah.
Did I approve the points of end of the day, that where all this coming from?
Yes. Yes, you did.
I'm not right. Always, I'm not right. That way, the fight would end right there, instead of extending
Going into
somewhere that we don't have to extend it.
turning into a tree, basically.
And if my emotions triggers it and says that no, I need to sit down with Raj and explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Other example I use. So I was today I was looking at it, and one of my friend called, and apparently employees was growing. I always like to have my employees grow. Me personally, I always like to be make a partnership and do something. And now way I do it is depending upon their situation, what is the money, whatever. But I always like my employees to grow. My friend called and goes, well, man, he's trying to buy the business and blah, 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 blah. I teach him and whatnot, blah, 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 blah. I listened for a few minutes. And I was like, you done? I mean, let me know when you're done. He said, what the hell is that supposed to mean? I was like, no, when you're done, let me know. I explained to you something good. Maybe I can change your reason. I don't know. And he said, yeah, whatever, I'm done. I was like, so far you're still angry, I can tell. Because what? Why you angry? Tell me.
Mm.
Well, I'm not angry. I mean the way he's doing it. So up until this month, until he told you that he wants to buy a business and he's gonna live somewhere,
Mm.
he was the nicest guy can be. And suddenly today he's not a nice. He was putting up with that and all other.
Mm.
Your anger is talking right now. He said, no, Brian, it's not that anger, man. I'm telling you it's not anger. So I said, okay, I give you reasons why I'm saying it is anger. Number one, you did not accept that he's buying the store.
Mm.
And you cannot see that happiness of somebody that he's buying a business. Nothing else in here. Now you got to find a business. You got to find somebody else, but he was running your business, so you was free and clear from your business. And you're not ready to accept that. then now you gotta find somebody, and you losing the very good person that who was working for you.
Mm-hmm.
So then I start explaining and telling him, if that was me, I would have had to make him my partner in this business. So at least I may have a lose 25%, but 75% of it, I would have received it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got done explaining to him, he literally, I guess he put it in a speaker and his wife was listening, whatever. And she texts me, like, from her phone saying, this is why I love you. Because what you look, your vision is different than others.
Mm-hmm.
You went right on at that and explained to him what did you like and what you didn't like and why you fussing about it all day.
Mm-hmm.
He hangs up the phone, right? 10 minutes later, he comes in my office and says, hey, thank you for explaining to me. And I'm sorry if I have one bad and trying to tell you something different than I should have. I'm like, no, I'm happy that you at least understood and going with somebody's happiness. It was just you, if you really looked at it. You didn't like that you losing the good person. You didn't like that he's growing.
Mm-hmm.
He should be your worker and nothing else. But you never want to accept that until I told you that that's the problem. If you really think about it, you're going around and around and around and around and around, and you keep coming to the same point that you're not liking that he's living from you because he was handling your store. But again, the reason I'm using this example is because that's exactly what's happening in our life.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like somebody else being right. I want to be a right. I have to be a right.
Yeah.
So, I hope that should add a value for you guys.
It
And
did.
the next topic should be in-laws. The meaning of in-laws.
In-laws. Okay.
It would be interesting, the meaning of in-laws.
Okay. That would
Okay?
be, yes. Yes.
Any questions?
No, not at this point.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you
Got
very
so
much.
much understanding.
Raj. Thank you, Neeta. Thank you. Yeah.
And
It
the
was deep.
perception changed me before it changed anybody else.
Yeah. Yes. And be a
Yeah.
referee. Yes.
Huh?
Be a referee in the relationship, like
Relationship.
resolve. Yeah. And the tongue,
But being a referee just deliver only sweet.
only sweet, only flowers, bouquet, or sweet plate.
Only
That's
those
less
And
important.
let that tongue taste that sweet.
Yes.
The minute they taste that
Yeah.
sweet, be like, oh yeah, they be lovey-dovey right off the bat.
Yeah.
You know? And
Sure.
that's the key point to it. I mean, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of time when you sit down and listen to it, and most of the time I'm just sitting there and taking a nap. You done? Okay, let's talk. I mean, and that's kind of like making a laugh them too, right? Because when the situation happening, a lot of time is he said, thing happening, this and that, and it's nothing to it. It's just I gotta be right. That's all to it.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not just saying it's somebody else, including myself. I'm saying only thing is I have changed my rules.
Mm.
that I'm never be right. That way, my brain and my ego just never takes over on me.
Yeah, exactly. Ego comes out when you always say that you are right.
Correct. So my belief is I never be right.
Mm. I can be wrong
And
sometimes. I
yeah.
can be wrong too. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
It's very interesting. Yes, yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Raj.
Nice.
much.
Thank you,
It was very
Nita.
valuable lesson.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. Good
Yeah.
to see you,
Thank you.
Malini. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see you
See you
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yes.